Separate.
Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go into business for yourself and master it? Well, my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nurturing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know working from their computers around the world, making money and owning their own time. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to click the calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy. Our special guest today is Dr. Kenya Staten. Dr. Staten is the founder of a new weight loss center in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and has been a nurse since 2004. She completed her Master's of Science nursing degree from Duke University in 2013 as a board-certified family nurse practitioner. In February 2020, Dr. Staten obtained her doctorate in nursing practice from Grand Canyon University. Having a diverse background in mental health, family practice, and obesity medicine, Dr. Staten has helped hundreds of individuals overcome their struggles with overweight and obesity and to help improve their overall health. She is a member of the Obesity Medicine Association and the American Association of Family Nurse Practitioners. Dr. Staten has been married to James Staten for 19 years, and they have two beautiful children. So welcome, Dr. Staten.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me the reason why you originally became a nurse.
Oh, well, I originally became a nurse because I truly just wanted to help people. I didn't really have much guidance when it came to growing up and parents helping me to, what I should do. I always knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. And I thought I was going to be a pediatrician. I just knew I wanted to be just a medical doctor when I growing up. But, God had a different plan for me. He definitely led me down that path of nursing. And I can tell you one of the pivoting moments in my life that I was sitting in the room as a nursing assistant, and we had a staff meeting, mandatory staff meeting at the hospital. And I noticed when I walked in that meeting and sitting there, everybody kind of looked like myself, as a nursing assistant. And there was directly next to us, the nurses was having a staff meeting too, which is mandatory. And everybody looked different from me. And I just at that point just kind of sat there and thought, I just I wanted to be different. I wanted to make a difference. And it just was one of those moments that kind of, those aha moments. But in general, I knew I just wanted to help people. And that was my platform, to do it.
Gotcha. I understand that for sure. I remember going to one emergency department that I started working for, and I was only African American in that that emergency department. And I remember thinking, that's interesting. But it works out, and it works out for the good, because I remember this one patient that came in. I'm not sure whether I told it here on this platform or whether I was on Clubhouse, but I remember this patient coming in, and the patient was she had a blocked LED, like she was, which is your widow maker, right? And I remember walking into the room, and there was, nothing but, white people in the room, right? They were taking care of her, and they were trying to take care of her, and she was trying to leave. And I was like, well, she's trying to leave. What is it? What's going on here? And I remember walking in the room and her literally beelining for me. And I was like, hey. She was like, hey. She was like, come here. And I was like, okay. So I walked over there where she was. And when I got over there, she said, I don't trust the people that
Mhm.
are in this room. And I said, I will
Mhm.
stay with you until you get to the cath lab. And so I stayed
Mhm.
with her until she got to the cath lab. I said, she was like trying to leave. And I said, you cannot walk out. I said, because if
Mhm.
you walk out, you won't make it back. I said,
Mhm.
I'm almost sure of that. I
Wow.
said, so she said, okay, because she was tombstoning at that point. And
Wow.
so she ended up, and for those who don't know what tombstoning is when you have such ST elevation that
Mhm.
you are definitely causing damage,
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
I was like, look, I was like, you cannot, no. And so of course she made it to the cath lab and she's much better now as a result
Yeah.
of that. So I'm
Yeah.
thankful. Now
Good.
you worked in ICU during your career, and people think that ICU nurses and ER nurses can work. Like they think that we can go from one to the other and it's okay. No,
Mhm.
we're
Mhm.
completely different.
Yes.
We all work in critical care, but y'all are very controlled.
Mhm.
Okay, we're
Mhm.
not. We got control chaos going on.
Yes. Yes.
So why did you decide to go into the ICU?
Oh, to help my OCD fix a little bit. So, that was a part of my, I guess my resident or internship during school. I just knew I was going to do ER nursing when was going through nursing school, but that allowed me to realize no, that wasn't for me. The ER wasn't really for me at the time because I just wanted to be able to think through some processes. I'm a why person. Why this? Why that? And in the ER, I just didn't get time to process that as a new graduate. And the critical care really allowed me to process the physiological, steps that was happening. Yeah, so like how was urine made? I want to process everything that's going through a catheter and different stuff like that. So it allowed me to do that in a more controlled environment, like you said. And yeah, that's pretty much my decision on that. And two, and it also has a lot to do with Brenda Davis too, my manager. She's like the best manager ever. Um,
Ah,
yeah, when I was looking for a position, I'm not going to say where I left the job from, but I, I knew I needed to be in the healthcare field at that time. And I made a decision one day to call out sick from a previous employment. And I said, I want to be in the healthcare field. So why am I working here? I got up from that job and I left and I went to every floor in the hospital. And I said, you know what? I need a job as a nursing assistant. And Brenda Davis walked into this particular office and she said, okay, I'm going to hire you. And so she was the critical care director, manager at the time. And so, there was a dedication I had for her working as a critical care nursing assistant as well too. So I did transition over into critical care easily. But I always believe, well, that nothing is just happens. It's for a reason. It's purpose. It's just you got to allow the process to happen and listen to, making sure that you listening to God, you hearing Him, because I believe my steps were definitely ordered for where I was going, the direction I was going.
you brought up so many points. Number one, the ER is definitely a trial by fire.
Hmm.
Yes. Let's go in, get it done,
Hmm. Yep.
then process.
That's right. That's right. I
Then
like it.
process.
You're right.
And the fact that Brenda Davis she's been very impactful on my career as well.
Hmm.
I mean, she is just an amazing mentor, an amazing woman.
Yeah.
And then someone said, "Good morning." She's awesome. And so, and the reality is that, I have Vicky Brock up here on one of the morning
Hmm.
infusions, and she was talking about Brenda as well. So I'm thankful that Brenda, who is now retired, that she has
Yeah.
such an impact on a lot of people for sure.
Hmm.
Now, you went back to school to become an NP. What was your motivation for going back to school?
Wow. School. I love school. I love learning. Yeah, I'm just my husband calls me a career learner. Everybody, I just love learning. It's just innate, honestly. But I wanted to basically advance my career and what I'm doing. Obtaining the highest degree in the profession that you're in, what else is there? I mean, I think that is just really important for me, and truly, I mean, it may not be for everybody, but for me, it's just the love of learning. Just truly, it is the love of learning. There's almost like a void there for me if I'm not learning something often.
Mhm. Mhm.
And to further that question, the reason why, I mean, I'm looking right at her. I'm speaking to the person who encouraged me to go back to school. Over lunch. It was a simple lunch meeting. And then next thing I know, I'm talking to my husband about going back to school. Dr. Pierce, it sounds,
That's true. That's how it happened for sure.
but yeah, truly, I just love to learn. I mean, it's as simple as that. And when people ask me that question, like even when in that moment, I had doctors that would ask me that question, or just friends, or my parents. Well, why? What is the purpose? I mean, it was a hard question sometimes. It's truly, I mean, I wanted to go back to school to first just obtain that degree. It's always been something that I wanted to obtain. And then just being at the top of your game in the profession of what you're teaching and what you're putting out there to people is important to me. But it's really truly just the love of it.
And it's interesting because what happened in that lunch is that I did one. John Maxwell has this thing that he encourages everyone to do. He says that whenever you admire someone and you admire them in their profession, then he encourages you to take them out to lunch and just ask them leadership questions. And so I admire you in your profession, and
Oh.
so I took you, so I took you out to lunch, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And and it was just mutually beneficial. At that
mhm.
time I was still in school, and you were like, "Well, what is that about? What are you doing?" And so then, before I knew it, you were in school too.
Yeah, immediately.
So you tell your husband, "I'm sorry," okay?
I let him know.
He'll benefit from it later. He's probably benefiting from it now. Now, you went into business for yourself. What did this idea come from?
Um, well, uh, once again, God. I truly owe a lot of things to God, and on the natural part of it, it's ordering the steps again. Once again, people have planted little seeds along my path along the way. You know how you'll make the comment, "Oh, I'm gonna have my own business one day," but you never know when it's going to happen. So I believe I was just strategically placed in places along my journey, or along my career path. One of the people I do owe a lot to is Dr. Monique Brown. She's a Black owner, and a woman in Rocky Mount who has a psychiatry business and family practice as well. And I worked there with her immediately after my master's degree. And as a nurse practitioner, she hired me, and it was a small company. And so she was a great mentor. I looked up to her in a lot of ways with the business sense, and just really admired her. And she inspired me it, to like become an entrepreneur too. And it's like, oh, I can do this, and so her being placed in my life, and then other people just watering, and so then it was like, okay, God is like, it's time, you're ready. And I didn't think I was ready. It was just very frightening. But I went ahead and I took that leap of faith, and went ahead and just started the business. One of the things I just truly in doing family practice as a nurse practitioner, I love to manage obesity. And so, and what I noticed I was doing too was helping underlying factors, like um, high blood pressure, diabetes. I was managing that by managing people's obesity. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go into obesity management. And it's also something personally I've dealt with as well. So for that, I went ahead and just started my own obesity.
And how much weight have you lost?
At 247 pounds being the highest, I have seen the scale at 153. The scale is not at 153. The scale was about 170. 160. I think we weighed in yesterday, and because I do share my journey even now with people, I'm okay with telling my weight. So it's like 168 right now. Okay, so yeah.
I love it. I love
Whatever
it.
the math is for you math lovers that can do it quickly. But yeah.
So now you mentioned that you have to have a supervising physician. So in the state of North Carolina, you have to have a supervising physician. That can be challenging. So explain to the audience what it means for this state and how can it broaden the reach if that was not a barrier.
So yes, that I in North Carolina, I do have to have a supervising physician or collaborative physician to operate my own business. That basically what that is it is very restrictive because I am not able to operate in the capacity of what I went to school for, basically,
Right.
and for an indefinite amount of time. I'm sorry, the second part of that question. Tell me the second part of that question.
So I think that so in some states, they have the ability they don't have supervising physicians. So for example, Florida right now. So
Okay.
they just switched from having to have a supervising physician. And this is for advanced practice registered nurses. Or this is for FNPs who go into the business. What happens is they don't have to have that supervising physician, right?
Right.
In certain states, and I want to say it's about 23 states out of the U.S. But
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina is just one of those states that you have to have a supervising physician. And it creates a barrier, I think, for us as nurses who are trying to have broaden the horizon, right? Go out to other areas, because you always have to consult with someone else when
Mm-hmm.
we're a largely rural state, and so having that ability is
Okay.
huge. Huge,
Right.
huge, huge.
It is. It is. It does. For several reasons, it's restrictive with healthcare. The cost of healthcare. Because it costs more when you're when NPs are able to work independently. Uh, it's been noted that costs decrease. We
Mm-hmm.
have if we're able to work independently, you have more access to healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
You and then there's been just research studies after research studies to show that there has been no change, or there has not been a decline in the quality of care that we provide when compared to our counterpart medical doctors. We're not trying to go overstep our boundaries. Just like with anyone, we are going to collaborate with someone. If I feel like I need help in an area, I'm going to refer to a specialist, just like a physician would if they're coming right out of school or something, and maybe or not even coming right out of school, if it's just out of their scope. If they feel like, oh, we need help with this, we're going to refer you to a specialist. Why
Mm-hmm.
should I have to pay someone every month
To do
to
that.
do that? And
That's
it's
right.
it's a burden for a nurse practitioner, especially a new one starting a new business, to have to
Mm-hmm.
pay that fee to someone when I could be paying my school bills. And it's the truth. But
Them school bills is
the school bills,
something
the price of
serious.
education.
Now, what are some of the challenges you have associated with going into business for the first time?
So, oh wow, that's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
It is. I don't have a business degree. There's a brief section on this in school. there's not a manual. Well, there's a lot of books out there for people, but it's nothing that's like right for you, you know? So it's really about networking, you know, having that platform, a group of people that you can go to, that tribe. I'm learning, you know, that tribe of people. Uh, yeah, just really just learning. Oh gosh, it's so much, Viola. I can't.
Not one specific.
Yeah, I mean, every day it's something new with me. Just, you know, learning about the business I definitely don't think I got it all together. I'm constantly is more and more that I feel I have to learn every day. And it's not, it's, you know what, one of the biggest, I think, just being able to turn to someone and ask a question, not being afraid to ask a question, no matter how big and small it seems, no matter, you know, don't let your pride get in the way, because this is not about a pride thing, you know. That's been really helpful to me. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely can be challenging for sure.
Hmm.
But you know, my husband said last night because this weekend it was a rough weekend, and he said to me last night, he said, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so, you know, the reality is that it is hard. It is hard to go
It
into
is.
it's hard to go into nursing. So, and
Hmm.
it's hard to go into entrepreneurship, but you know,
Hmm.
you just have to pick your hard, right?
Hmm.
And you know, there's going to be some days when you're going to be tried and true. It is what it is, and you just have to say, well, okay, what am I going to do? What's
Hmm.
my next step? How
Hmm.
do I do it? You know, and
Hmm.
I'm a firm believer that God gives us renewed strength day by day. And one of the things that has helped me tremendously, without a shadow of a doubt, is the fact that I know that. I know that if I just go to sleep, if I'm having a
Hmm.
bad day, if I just go to sleep and I wake up that next morning, then I'm good. I'm
Yes.
good.
Yes.
That it is as long as I've got that in my head, I'm good. And
Uh-huh.
so I know that they're going to be bad days are going to come, but we're gonna just power forward. We're gonna get it
Hmm.
done, right?
And
So
one of
now,
the
go ahead.
And one of the you know, the greatest things about being in entrepreneurship and what I do is that if waking up every day, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like something I'm like a hobby. You know, it's that passion, that purpose, and when you find that in life, it's it's like
Golden.
at all. You
Mhm.
know, it is work in a sense, but it's just you don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it because I just love truly what I do. So yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. You know, all the headaches after that, it's like it's gone. You love it, right?
I tell my coaching clients all the time. I said, I said the thing about it is that you want to do the thing that you would do whether anyone paid you or not,
Right.
right?
That's
You're gonna
right.
get your coins, don't get me wrong, right? But at the
One day.
same time, but at the same time, you want to do that thing. And so it really helps me because I love coaching and consulting on
Yeah.
business, on how to, get you up and running with the online space. And it
Hmm.
has changed the game with the online space, as you have learned, right?
Yes.
And just learning how to navigate that, and not learning to say, okay, I'm just going to stop because COVID has hit. No, we're
Hmm.
not going to stop. My
No.
busiest year has been this year, right?
Hmm.
Even with
Mine too.
COVID in full effect, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Getting it done.
Yes.
Now, what is one of your big audacious goals in life?
Oh, that would be to franchise my business.
You better do it.
I
You
would
better do
love
it.
I would love to do it. That is something I've been aspiring to do, something that talking with some people that I know, that we've been working on in general. I Yeah, it's big. That is real big for me, and it's really just learning what people want, what services that people want, and what my I guess what's my niche, what my company is going to be able to offer to people, and how to sell that. So I'm in the early stages, and I'm really just learning a lot. I feel like uh-oh, I better not say this on camera. If I say anything near school, like anything remotely
Your
recorded,
husband.
you have a business degree, degree, keyword. No, to understand, a lot of this, but it truly is a lot to learn and take in. When will I be ready? I don't know, but it is a big step right
I
there.
love it. I love it. I love it. Now, what is some advice you would give someone that is going into business for the first time?
um, the like I said, just don't be afraid to ask questions to people, to anyone. I have a mentor, Chris Mumford, and he had me when we were in Springboard, and when that was in Rocky Mount. It was a great program. It was free program where if you were a small business owner or if you wanted to start a business or expand your business, you can go to this class and you just learn about business. And so I took that class, and that's how actually my company came about. But he would have me doing a lot of homework, footwork, and he actually at one point said, why don't you just go to the person that you went to, the weight loss center, and ask them, certain questions. And I said, okay, well, all they can do is say no to me. One of the things growing up, my parents always said no, and I had no problem with the word no. So that's what I did. I went there, visited that provider, and I just asked the questions. And you know what? That man gave me all the answers I needed, gave me resources I needed, connected me with people I needed. I was floored.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know what? That would be one of the biggest things. Just ask questions, and yeah, just don't be afraid to just step out there. Mm-hmm.
And I think that one of the things that is very clear in what you said, number one, when you have reached that pinnacle, when you have reached that pinnacle of success, understand that, so for example, I teach nurses how to coach and consult from their computers
Mm-hmm.
anywhere around the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else may be doing the same thing. There are 3 million nurses, close to 4 million nurses in the
Exactly.
United States, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and there's many more around the world, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
we can spread the wealth. It's okay.
That's
I
right.
mean, just because you give to someone else, it's actually the law of reciprocity, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you give, then you get, right?
Yes. Yes.
Period. And understanding that is so clear. And then a lot of times, I think a lot of people, they just fear rejection. And
Mm-hmm.
I am one who struggles with that
Yeah.
myself, right?
Okay. Okay.
But fearing the rejection does not get you to where you need to be.
That's
And
right.
so I've had to learn how to overcome that fear
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I
Wow.
open up my mouth, I just had to learn to keep it going,
Uh-huh.
overcoming that fear every single solitary day. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it.
Right. Good.
So now where can the audience find you?
Well, I can be reached if you're locally. You can reach us at 3701 Sunset Avenue, Suite B as in Bravo, Rocky Mount 27804. You can also visit us online at www.anew That's ANEWWEIGHTLOSSCENTER.com. And our phone number, we can be reached at 252-969-0432.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you for showing up, and thank you
Thank you
for
for
being a
having me.
friend and just working it out. I love
Thank
it. And
you.
so someone, and I can't see who they are because they've not given StreamYard. If you want me to say your name, give StreamYard the ability, give them rights to say your name. But they said that you ladies are awesome and so inspiring. So thank you. Whoever
Oh,
said that, that is
thank
so
you.
very sweet. But my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer, and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know working from their computers around the world, making money and owning their own time. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals and to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders such as Dr. Kenya Staten that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to click the calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy. You guys have a phenomenal rest of your day.